Shango and Grizz, 8-1. Sound like a broken record now.
I know, man. It's leaving us with nothing to do but be cheerleaders, man.
I know, exactly. Yay, everybody. So I guess let's just do the rundown and say all the people that did great, starting with Tony Romo.
I mean, broken record, Tony Romo. I mean, here's his MO, right? He's going to come out. You never know quite what you're going to get at the beginning. Somewhere along the way, he's going to make a bad decision and throw an interception or fumble the ball. Yeah. And then by the end of the game, you're not even going to remember that he threw that interception because the second half, he just rules.
No, yeah, he does, and he's playing extremely solid, man. I'm not saying anything. Last time I proclaimed him as Little Jesus, and he won 5 interceptions. So I'm not saying anything about it right now. But if you look at his numbers, they're beautiful, and that's the indication of how well another group is playing, the offensive line, because he's being able to sit back there and pick a defense apart.
Man, I've been talking up the offensive line on the blog recently because they are the studs of this offense when you really want to talk about it. I mean, I love our skill positions. I love what they can all do. But none of that's going to happen if our quarterback doesn't have time to throw the ball. Yeah, and these guys, and their pass blocking is unbelievable. I mean, the run blocking off and on, okay, but the pass blocking just phenomenal. And you can't say enough about bringing Leonard Davis on board. Yeah,
it was. Now I want to go over to the running backs. I've been tough on Julius forever, but this is a game. I'm here to witness that if Julius didn't run like he did, we wouldn't have done as well because we needed him to do the things that he did in that game. He got a couple of crucial first downs. He made some great runs because he has to get through smaller little places. Marion Barber busts through big holes, you know what I'm saying, and then make everybody else punish. But when the holes aren't there for that long, except against some giant front four, you got to get through quick, and that's what JJ was doing.
Yeah, I mean, you got to talk about JJ basically over the past few weeks.
Exactly.
I mean, we were really on him for a little bit there, but over the past few weeks, he's been just as good a back as Barber has been out there.
Yes,
and that's surprising for me to hear myself say that.
He's played up.
Yeah, I've been on the MB3 bandwagon, and in this game, you're right. At the beginning, I mean, he popped off a big run to just start off the game, and everything flowed from that. And surprisingly, at the end of the game, we weren't able to run with MB3 like we usually are, and we actually had to end up playing defense a couple of series because we couldn't grind the clock out. But
I think it's that front four. I think it's the front four of New York. It's harder to run against that type of defense, and I think that happened.
Yeah. I think you're right, though. We got to give big ups to JJ for the way he's been playing over the last few weeks.
Yeah. Receiver, T.O., man, he's been, I mean, last night I finally said, wow, we are now what the Philadelphia Eagles, what I was scared they were about to be when he was there. We're there now, and that makes you smile.
Yeah, man. I mean, in the Super Bowl year when T.O. was there, they were phenomenal on offense. And you're right. I kind of thought, man, if they can keep this going, they're going to dominate the NFC East for a while. Yeah. But they couldn't, obviously they couldn't get along with T.O. He comes to Dallas with Wade, Jason Garrett, and Tony Romo.
The right formula.
He's just having the time of his life. And now we look like that dominant team because we have him catching those passes.
Exactly. All right. Him, Creighton did great. Witten, of course, did great. All the receivers. Wonderful. Let's flip over to the other side of the ball. The most intriguing person on defense, Tank. What was your assessment?
Yeah, Tank, up and down. I mean, he was a little rusty. There was that replay they showed where he got double teamed and he just got blown totally out of the line. Yeah. And, some of that technique, the Cowboys teach their ends and nose tackles, to when they're double teamed, drop down to that knee, get leverage, and then pop back up and try to split through it. Mm-hmm. He just tried to take him on with his upper body strength, and they got him. So they're going to work that out with him. But, hey, he ended up with a sack. I mean, how about that? His first game for us, and he ends up with a sack.
The thing that impressed me the most, I saw that, but I was like, man, it's going to take him a while to get in his game legs and in game shape, and then he's going to have to figure out how to get past these blockers. Those blockers are in mid-season form. They knew what they were doing. So the thing that impressed me most about him was his motor. He was always turning. He was always trying, and I love that. That's the one thing that you want right there in the middle of your defense, to know that there's going to be some activity going on to mess up the offense. I like what we can bring with Tank.
And the great thing about Tank is, he's going to get better as the season rolls on, because he's going to get less rusty, get into game shape. Man, by the time the playoffs roll around, we could have some serious heat on that front.
Exactly. And I did see the pocket collapsing from the middle. I did see the middle getting pushed a lot with Eli Manning. So,
yep.
Feeding frenzy for Ellis and Ware on the outsides.
The total studs. Each week it seems like they both pick up a sack.
Yeah.
And I was on Ellis totally this offseason. I was like, come on, guy, play or don't play. Make a decision. Let's get something going here. Hated that whole insurance thing, but, I'm a fan. He's producing. What else do you have to say?
Whatever. All right, we got one more minute, and let's go with the corners and safeties. I think they were picking on Roy. I think Roy played a good game yesterday, but I just think, I don't know. I just don't think he's that great in coverage, and we're just going to eat that.
Yeah, they were picking on him, and he was supposed to actually get help from the outside linebackers one time.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of times you could actually see Ellis motioning to him to play back because he was going to drop into the zone, but Ellis didn't get into the zone correctly, and so they hit Shockey anyway. So it was some on Roy, it was some on his help, but, they were going to get something, right?
Yeah.
And Shockey was the thing they were going to get. They were not going to get Plaxico. We weren't going to let that happen.
I'll give you Shockey any day for Plax.
Right. We were not going to get burned by Plaxico on those deep balls, and he's the TD threat. So the way they worked it out, good strategy, even though it kind of exposed Roy.
Yeah. All right. And Hamlin, I'm just loving him. I'm telling you, I've been watching him since day one.
Yeah. We talk about it as plays and his interceptions and everything, but you can tell how much better our secondary is this year with him back there directing things and telling guys where to play, watch for this, we're going to audible to this, if this happens, all that stuff he's handling.
Right. Any deficiency he has, I love to have that mind back there, because we've got talent back there. Just have that mind back there to tell everybody what's going on or whatever, especially Roy. We'll be fine. I like it.
And one other thing, having Henry, Newman, and Jacques Reeves all back, excellent. No exposure with Nate Jones in the nickel-dime defenses anymore. Now we're starting to play.
Yeah. All right. Another division game. Washington's going to be looking for respect, man, because they got handed to them by the Eagles. So I'll be back with you on that one on Friday.
Yeah, man. Finish up this mini NFC East sweep, and all will be good.
Yeah, all right, man.
All right, peace.
All right, peace.